How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and today I'm bringing you guys a little analysis on the starting classes of Dark Souls 3. I'm going to be comparing each class and talking a little bit about the weapons that you get later on in the game from a video that I uploaded yesterday, which if you guys want to check it out, go ahead. It does have spoilers for those of you guys who are avoiding gameplay spoilers and stuff. No story spoilers, but, you know, there are a couple of you guys, I'm sure, but you guys can go check those out. But, you know, there's a bunch of weapons, and I'm going to compare them, see if you would be able to use them with these classes. So first of all, let's go ahead and start off with the Knight. The Knight is pretty great in this game. It has really well balanced stats throughout basically the entire thing, unless of course you want to have a build revolving around magic and miracles. But even then, you will still probably be able to use magic and maybe even some miracles that you come across with these stats. You know, they're not even that low. Really good vitality as well, so you'll be able to carry more things without having to, you know, fat roll. It also comes equipped with a pretty great sword, man. The long sword, all I've seen from it is really good things. It seems really strong and really fast. Pretty much like an ideal sword to use with a character like this. Decent armor, good shield, definitely seems like the best class so far. Next up we have the Mercenary, which pretty good stats as well. Basically it's a dexterity, really good with dexterity. It comes with dual scimitars, and right off the bat you'll basically be able to use any dex weapon that you come across. There are a little bit better ones that you get later on that do require a bit more strength, like the Scythe, for example, requires 14 strength, 14 dex, but by the time you get to some of those better weapons, you'll definitely have enough time to rank that strength up. Next up is the Warrior, which is actually pretty similar to the Mercenary, except with those stats switched around, because the Warrior here has really high strength. Basically, you'll be able to use any strength weapon that you run into, and of course I'm talking about one-handing a fucking weapon. You'll be able to basically use any weapon if you two-handed, but one-handing it, you'll be able to use almost any strength weapon right off the bat within the first few hours. You know, later on you will have to rank up that dexterity a little bit, but it also has that added bonus of having higher vigor than any other class, and it's not by much, but the same goes for the endurance. Next up we have the Herald, which we're starting to get into some of the more mixed classes, because here we have a character that has pretty decent strength and dexterity while also having pretty good faith, where you'll be able to use most miracles that you get early on. I haven't exactly seen the stats for a lot of miracles. I'm guessing you'll be able to use some of the really early heal miracles and stuff like that, but also carries a spear, which from what I've seen so far is actually pretty good, man. I've always really enjoyed using the spears. I don't know why, I've just liked them. Next up we have the Thief with its trusty dagger and actually pretty good luck. You know, luck is one of those stats that most likely you won't really work on that much. It'll be something you just kind of leave in the dust and use all those points to rank up strength and dexterity, but this one actually has pretty decent luck that you won't really have to worry about it, and you'll just have a pretty good amount. It also has a decent amount of dexterity, and it just seems fitting whenever you're using a dagger to also use a Thief, especially since the dagger's weapon art is the quick step. It just seems more fitting. Moving on to the Assassin, which has pretty good attunement and actually pretty good dexterity as well. He also comes with his own catalyst. I'm not entirely sure what spell he comes with though. I think it might be Chameleon, which would kind of make sense with him being an assassin and all, but I honestly can't tell. If you guys know, go ahead and leave it in the comments. But this is also pretty great one, similar to the Herald with its mix of actual swordplay and miracles. This one is kind of going to be the same with swordplay and spells, except they're going to be very shit spells. Next up we have the Sorcerer, which is kind of self-explanatory, has a good attunement already, good intelligence for you to use. What I'm guessing is going to be some mid-level spells pretty early on. Obviously, if it's going to be a magic build that you want, you're already going to end up ranking up that intelligence and attunement really high up. Comes with 2 soul spears already, and really nice dexterity for you to cast those spells faster. Obviously, this is going to be the magic guy. Up next we have the Pyromentor, and this class is always the best starting class for beginners. I always say that because it has that Pyromancy glove, and that is going to be extremely helpful for the really early on bosses. You know, it has decent stats all the way around except for intelligence and faith, which is actually pretty good. But the most important thing is that Pyromancy glove. I'm not entirely sure how far into the game you actually get it, but it immediately comes with it, and I'm pretty sure that about 4 hours in from the gameplays that I saw, nobody really had the Pyromancy glove except for the people who chose the Pyromancer class. So that's going to be really useful, and like I said, it'll definitely make some of those harder bosses for newer people easier in the beginning. Next up is the Cleric, which is kind of the same as the Sorcerer, except it's the other way around where you have really high faith that you're able to use miracles. This is going to be the guy if you want to start with miracle build. I've never been one to use many miracles. I would rather, you know, when it comes to the miracles, the only ones that I really see use for are the heals. But then again, you would have to rank up that faith stat a lot, which this one already obviously comes with high faith, high attunement, and pretty decent luck as well. So this is going to be the guy if you want to go that miracle build route. Last up is the Deprived, who needs to be fed a goddamn sandwich. Obviously, this is the class that you want to start off with. If you want to give yourself an extra challenge in the beginning, comes with a regular club, a wooden shield. It's not going to do much, you know, this is just the little extra bonus of difficulty in the beginning. But all in all these classes don't really matter a couple of hours in. I wanted to make this video because, you know, people wanted to see this video, and I didn't really, you know, want it to be filled with spoilers because there are people avoiding spoilers and stuff. In the end, it's going to be basically personal preference of which class you want to go with, which stats you want to start off with. Honestly, when it comes to the Deprived, he has shit stats, level 1. But I don't know, that extra added bonus of difficulty in the beginning might be fun. So I honestly might end up going with the Deprived once the full game comes out. But definitely let me know who you're going to be starting off with when Dark Souls 3 comes out here on April 12th. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.